Hey. So I just posted a video called Weird is Good. And there's a new playlist called Weird is Good. And this is the reason why I posted it. Because yesterday I posted the video on LSD and the Mind of the Universe, the book by Chris Beige. And at the end of the video, I shared how someone that I had been talking to said, "Oh, you're a pain eater." And I was like, "Yeah, yes, that's true. Actually, I'm a pain eater. In ceremony, I eat pain. Like pain comes in, and then if I can surrender enough, then I eat it, and it turns into fuel. It turns into this beautiful light." And I'll share another video on that process later. But for now, I want to share this weird experience that happened yesterday because I posted that video in the morning, the Pain Eater LSD video in the morning, and then in the afternoon, Joy and I were doing our heroic coach training because we're doing the heroic coach training together, which I'm super excited about, and I'll share more about that later. And this video came on the Heroology Module 2, Section 2, and we started watching it, and when Brian Johnson, who's the head coach of heroic coaching, when he got to this section on how to make a hero pill, and I started listening, I was like, "You gotta be effing kidding me. Like, really? Are you serious?" So let's check out a little bit of this so you see what I mean. Remember, I had just posted the video about being a pain eater 4 hours before watching this. Let's check it out.
All right, so part 2 in our How to Suffer Well series is big idea number 5, how to make a hero pill, kind of like an aspirin, right? So we want to know how to deal with the pain we're inevitably going to experience. Well, let's go back to Kristen Neff. She says that suffering equals pain times resistance. And she actually says the equation could be suffering equals pain to the exponential power of resistance. Imagine that, not multiplicative, that's a tongue twister, but exponentially. Your suffering is going to be increased by the amount you resist it, right? So if you are experiencing pain in your life, I should say, and you are resisting it, you're fighting against it, you're saying it shouldn't be happening, you will experience a ton more suffering than if you're able to step back and say, this is part of the process. I need to accept it, I need to love it, I need to use this as fuel. You're going to reduce your suffering to the extent you can reduce your resistance. Right?
Easier
This, again,
said
is what
than
all the great
done.
teachers describe. The Stoics called it the art of acquiescence. Byron Katie's whole work is called Loving What Is. She says, anytime I argue with reality, I lose, but only 100% of the time. Just love that. If the wind's blowing, the wind's blowing. Not going to be able to do a whole lot about that. So if suffering equals pain times resistance, what's a better equation? What would a hero equation look like? Well, I offer you this equation. E equals parentheses O with a symbol that looks like a Pac-Man symbol, eating P plus 1 to the infinite power. So going back to Cal Newport, I have not confirmed with our dear friend with the PhD from MIT whether the Pac-Man symbol eating something is in fact a mathematically valid symbol, but we're going to go with it. E is eudaimonia. Not suffering, but eudaimonia equals parentheses Optimus eating pain. Whatever pain you have in your life, can you become bigger than it and literally gobble it up? I'm going to read you a quote from Joseph Campbell in a moment on that. But can Optimus literally eat the pain that you have in your life, use it as fuel, and then plus 1 is we take action for how long? Infinity. We're never going to be exonerated. So that's our new fun equation to go against suffering equals pain times resistance. Eudaimonia equals Optimus eating your pain plus 1 action. What's important now? Forever.
If that's not weird, what is? I mean, really? I know Brian talks a lot about, he talks about Ohm's obstacles make me stronger and stuff like that, but I can't remember him talking about eating pain. And so to have it show up just a few hours after posting that video, it was such an affirmation from life. Like, oh yeah, that is what you're doing. And that's a good thing. Some people might disagree with me and say, why would you want to eat pain? But for me, the eating of the pain is not why I'm doing it or the purpose. It's what happens on the other side. When I eat the pain, it's what happens when I come out on the other side. I'm going to do another video, and maybe Joy and I will do one together on one of the tools that Phil Stutz and Barry Michaels talk about in their book, The Tools, where you literally say, bring it on. Pain sets me free. I love pain. Oh no, it's the other way. Bring it on. I love pain. Pain sets me free. And you see yourself actually walking through your pain and walking through your suffering. So another way of exploring the idea of eating pain. So more on that later. But for now, we've got a new playlist, Weird is Good. And I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot more videos that are examples of weirdness. Peace out.